Right, okay, we've got a treat today. Here is, without showing my address, no, don't show that, I mean I might have to do some blurring. This is the cheapest guitar I could find on Amazon. The criteria I had for this guitar was it had to be prime delivery, paying about waiting around all day, and that's it. Cheapest guitar on Amazon UK. We're gonna open this up and take a look at it and then probably have a listen. I don't normally do unboxing videos, can you tell? Okay, so this thing comes with the most flimsy gig bag that's ever been made. Oh my god! It's got all sorts in here. It comes with a cable, a very terrible looking one at that looks like it might have even been used. Just right there. A terrible looking strap. I don't know if that's going to fit anyone. A couple plectrums and an Allen key, which I guess is for intonation. And then also a bunch of strings. I didn't expect to get some more strings unless it doesn't have any on it. Let's see what this thing looks like. I think it's a half-size guitar. I actually never mentioned the price of this guitar. It cost me around £55 for this whole thing. I've not even got to the best bit yet. I know we're opening the guitar, but that's not even the best bit. Here we go. Wow, so it does have strings on it already. And it's just tiny. One single coil on it. No trem. It's pretty light. I mean, how light is my SG? Oh yeah, it's lighter than that. It's not as light as I thought it would be though, it's quite hefty. Let's see if it's in tune. Just what I expected, honestly. It's from a brand called Third Avenue. The action is very high. So far, my first impressions are, I love it. I mean, it looks great so far. The fret edges I've definitely seen worse. There's been worse Squires and they're normally pretty good. The nut looks kind of awful. This is what I really thought was cool. I love these machine heads. If these actually work out well, they look great. But if they don't work out well, I'll probably replace them. Probably will replace that and that at some point. I'm going to replace all of this at some point, obviously. But for now, it looks great. Let me get to the next bit that's actually probably the best bit about this guitar pack. Ooh. Yes, foreshadowing. So I believe it's in this box because not only does this guitar come with a bag, a strap, some plectrums, an Allen key, a wire, and some extra strings, it also comes with an amp as well. This is crazy! So what I'm going to do is sort of get everything tuned up and ready to play, and then I'm going to do some recordings and see what it sounds like. Right, okay, it's actually now the next day. I spent a long while trying to set up the guitar because it was completely out of tune. I gave it new strings and I was trying to intonate all the strings and get it so that it's in tune on each fret. But after like 2 to 3 hours of trying to do that, I realised it's completely impossible. If you're unsure what intonation is, here's an example. It's where the open string has to be the same note as the 12th fret here, and in this case it's not at all. What that means is that anytime you put your finger down on a fret, it's not going to be in tune. So that means if I strum an E chord, it's completely out of tune, even though all the strings are nearly in tune. So yeah, massive problem. I'm thinking maybe a guitar tech might be able to sort it, but there's just no more room to alter the intonation at all on this bridge, and yeah, it's trash basically. The machine heads up here seem okay, sometimes seem to jump a little bit and some are very stiff, but what I've decided to do is plug this into my Marshall DSL-40 and compare it to my Gibson SG Special and hear the difference. I will be using the amp that came with this guitar in a separate video to sort of demonstrate that, so stick around for that, but for now, let's hear how this guitar sounds. there you have it. The Third Avenue tiny half-size guitar. Would I recommend this to anyone? In short, no. Unless you're some sort of guitar tech wizard who could fix this and is really interested in having like a tiny guitar that sounds not great, that's the only person I could recommend this to. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the tiny amp that came with this. Spoilers, it's better. I'll see you then. Bye.